What's up everybody, I have finally finished KH3 completely. I have platinumed the game and I have finished it 100%. With that being said, we're going to jump into this video talking about the epilogue from KH3. Number one, first and foremost, Lucio has been Xigbar this whole time, which would now explain why Xigbar, instead of eventually joining the good guys and gaining the Keyblade that way, has stuck with Master Xehanort throughout all of these games, and the reason is because Master Xehanort's Keyblade is Lucio's original Keyblade, and he wants his own Keyblade back because, as we know, his Keyblade actually has very unique properties to it. Also, if you had a Keyblade just as good looking as that, wouldn't you want to use that instead of having some crap that looks like the Kingdom Key, just to be honest about it? So moving forward from there, it seems that somehow Lucio has somehow called back 4 of the foretellers. We do not know how exactly these 4 people are back all of a sudden. It could be that Lucio has called their hearts from the past and thrown them into replicas, or it's some other form of time travel that we do not yet know of, or last but not least, the foretellers actually never died and they had some type of way of preserving themselves for hundreds of years. We don't exactly know the method of which they have come back from, but somehow they are back in the current KH timeline. With that being said, it is noted that Ava is not there, which they make mention of, and Lucio then says Ava had to serve her role, and it makes sense that she's not here because if she was doing her role properly, she should not be here, and told the others not to worry about it. And as we can see, it seems that Ava was the only one that he ever told his role to, because the other 4 do not know and are seemingly very confused as to why they're even there in the first place. So maybe they were dead, or maybe they were somewhere else, and somehow Lucio was able to pull them to the current timeline and to this place specifically. We just do not know that yet, but somehow they are here, they're confused, and Lucio is basically explaining that now that Master Xehanort has been defeated and the 7 lights and the 13 darknesses have clashed, and he has seen that his role is over, and now he has another goal in mind, and this goal in mind has something to do with the Master of Masters, because in the last couple of secret reports in KH3, they are from the perspective of Lucio, and he basically notes that the Master of Masters will be coming back. So we have to assume that whatever his goal is, or whatever this big grand plan is leading up to, it is going to at least be a part of the plan that the Master of Masters at some point comes back. And then upon me talking about this, the foretellers also ask, why are we here and what's the big idea, which Lucio then says is going to be a long story, basically explaining what his whole goal is and what his purpose in calling them backward is and why he has been watching this whole time. Probably explaining his role, everything that he did, and probably what the Master of Masters said to him in back cover, because we still don't know what he said to him exactly. He just told him what was inside the box and probably something else, because as we know with Lucio, we know that his role was to just watch everything that has happened, watch the Keyblade War, eventually pass down his Keyblade for future generations to see what happens, and that was it. But apparently he must have had some other role given to him by the Master of Masters that we do not know about and was not talked about on screen. So we can assume that maybe that was part of that scene in back cover where the Master of Masters whispers to him in his ear. And lastly, from there, we move on into the last scene of the epilogue, which is young Ericus and young Master Xehanort playing a game of chess, and basically the chess game ending when the 7 lights defeat the 13 darknesses. But Master Ericus says there's a new game, and in this new game, we see 7 dark pieces, and these 7 dark pieces obviously represent the 5 foretellers plus Lucio plus the Master of Masters. And just to show you what that is, we can obviously see a unicorn, a ram, a bear, a snake. Off to the right is barely noticeable just because of how blurry it is, but we can make out that that definitely looks like a fox, which is Ava's mask, and to the up close left of the screen we can see that that is definitely a leopard, which is obviously Gula's mask. And then we see this weird heart-shaped symbol with 6 wings coming out of it. We can assume that this is representative of the Master of Masters, who is kind of at the center of the foretellers plus Lucio. He will obviously be a big heart with 6 wings sprouting from him. And also we have kind of seen this symbol before in Kingdom Hearts Union Cross when you decide to choose which union you go into, as I have on screen right now. So we can assume that this is representative of the Master of Masters right here. It is very interesting that Lucio happens to be the piece directly in the middle while the Master of Masters is kind of off to the side. So that is something of interest to note there, but it could mean that Lucio is going to be the main big bad or the main antagonist, and maybe the Master of Masters will take a back seat. And then we only see one piece of light on the board, which is obviously Source, and then young Ericus says just watch. So we can assume in the next saga of Kingdom Hearts we'll be facing off against the Foretellers plus Lucio plus the Master of Masters, and Sora will be going up against them. It is unknown at this point that he will be going up against them by himself, which I highly doubt. At this point, Kingdom Hearts has too many characters that are big friends of Sora that would just let him fight this dangerous fight by himself. But it may not be due to Sora wanting to fight by himself or because they're telling Sora to basically get out of their face. It may be due to circumstance, because as if anybody who has seen the epilogue knows what happened in the ending. But that is basically the epilogue, which leads us into a lot of things. What are the Foretellers and the Master of Masters plus Lucio doing? Because those people using the power of darkness would be very interesting and very weird, because as we know, their whole thing was about using the light, and if they ever saw a Keyblade wielder in their union who had a dark Cherry, meant that they were using the power of darkness, which was a big no-no back in Daybreak Town. So that's a very interesting thing to note there. 2, again, where is the Master of Masters? Because it seems like he's going to have a significant role in this, and it looks like Lucio was doing all of this because of the Master of Masters. 3, where is Ava exactly? We do not know. Could she have possibly died permanently back in the past? Could she be roaming out there somewhere in the world right now of Kingdom Hearts, or could she have been reincarnated into one of the current characters within the cast and we just do not know it? It's a big possibility, but we just do not know. But with that being said, there is a whole bunch of story content that we are going to be jumping into now that Kingdom Hearts 3 has been out for over a week now. So just to let you guys know, I am going to be delving deep into that stuff. So with that being said, let me know down below, is there anything that you feel that I've missed in this video? Do you feel like there is some big theories that I may not be talking about, or do you have some big theories yourself that you would like to post in the comments below to share your thoughts? So wrapping that all up, like, comment, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more Kingdom Hearts videos coming to you very soon, and I will see you all in the next one.